Still listening to Coltrane Crescent album. This is great, man. I've been listening to this for like 25 years. I'll just have it playing for a month. You know, you meditate on one album. It's a good way to understand jazz music. Pick one album, keep listening to it over and over. So, you know, I will take donations of nuts, hard-shelled nuts for Chain Out the Squirrel. That's the only thing I'll accept donations for. A bag of almonds, unsalted in the shells. Chain Out has left babies for me to take care of, so there's like 6 squirrels coming to my window. And there's a chipmunk that likes to raid the entire thing, so this is kind of expensive. I will take donations of bags of nuts. Bags of nuts. So, questions that are hard. Questions, not even questions, just talking. Well, in this case, it would have to be most likely a topic propagated by an outside idea, unless you want to type a lot, because the idea is to summon me on Twitter from the hours of midnight to 3 a.m. And there's a good chance that I can jump on right then or shortly after and address issues that are hard, yet because it is on a mainstream platform, other people will be able to see this. Now, here's why this is interestingly therapeutic. One, I don't agree with any tax because I believe spiritual people will gravitate towards a space. 1 or 2 people, could end up being hundreds of thousands, but I love the idea of just a few people, you know, showing up, and the lack of people, okay, yet knowing it's being recorded and could gain more people viewing that is also a way for people to ease in to addressing hard questions. And that's what Ascension, service to others, workers do in their spare time. And as I get older, I want to move completely out of a situation where I have to work and be able to meditate and be in a completely calibrated atmosphere. Somehow, you know, like the ultimate goal would be to figure out a way to create a space where people can use their new abilities and not have to worry about the stress of going to a job and having to earn money. There'd be very little that they would need to live on. It'd be almost monk-like. And so the point of this space is to start as I move through my 40s, entering into more and more ways of service to others until that's all I do, you know. And this idea of someone reaching out, okay, and asking a question about death, sickness, AI, fear, something that can alleviate in a medicinal way or make sense of these issues. In just reaching out, as I've said before, and reaching into this particular spiritual stream gives you an access, if you're of like-minded consciousness or wanting to pursue a type of consciousness that's completely polarized by service to others. A small space, like me going live on YouTube, like I experimented with the other night, but doing it based on request, it's just a great way to start activating those ascension particles, which are 100% happening. Spirit particles, I've talked about that. You have to pull it out of reality. And you have to be able to pull out supernatural ether from reality. That's just another way to put it, you know. And people that are doing that can give off non-local access to allow you to jump into this. And it's not just a mystery teacher, it's the location and how it's lined up. As I've said before, if you're a male, if the moon is partially illuminated, it works best. For women, if it's full, you're going to get a better effect. And you can just jump into this space, and the more you realize these different layers of access, this also includes the words I use before we jump in the space, before a session begins, you will start to see. And one way that's done is you have to look for synchronicities after the session, also look for information just coming to you. And there also is dream significance, definitely. I want to remember to do what Dave Wilcox always said. If you're starting to have these strange new feelings that increase the more good deeds you do, his advice in waking up in the dream, I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to give away the book, you know, but he has really good advice for connecting with the dream element. I don't use the dream element as much, but there is a very important phase of modern initiation that involves dreaming, and I argue that I was actually pulled out of my body, had my soul altered on, and put right back in my body during this later initiation period. And I remember these dreams clear as day, just like someone that had an NDE would remember them. And I don't really remember any other dream I've ever had, except for these couple dreams I had a couple of years ago when I was going through what I call modern variation of initiation. So tonight's the last night for a couple nights that I'd be able to do this particular type of experiment, and we'll start that again on Sunday going into Monday. So this is available. Do you have what it takes to reach out? Ask questions about chain alt, squirrel, dying, hospice, family members, fear, sadness, meditation, things like that.